Hey everyone, welcome back to another mini reading. Just a quick announcement. We're going to be having a couple of these mini readings over the next week or so, especially as I am gearing up for a big move and packing and all sorts of stuff. So I might not be able to do the in-depth readings as I usually do over the next 2 weeks, especially with the holiday coming up, but make sure you stay tuned to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I will be doing more and more of these mini readings. If you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, then do know that this has a time limit. I have a feeling that today we're going to be going a little bit more in depth, so it might be a little bit longer. So you can head on over to my YouTube channel, Susan Dawn Spiritual Connections, and check out the full reading there. And I'll put a link in the description box, or in the description box down there, and you can check it out in my bio. Okay. I felt like I wanted to do a check-in on the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and where they are on their ascension journey to Sacred Union. It's the Sacred Union path to ascension. And a lot of information is coming through. These divine counterparts, these sacred partners, are going through a massive shift, a massive transformation, both within themselves and within the connection as a whole. We have been channeling this. This is what ascension is. This is what the Sacred Union path is. It is all about the transformation within that then creates change, shifts, and transformations in your connection. But especially in the month of October, I want to say September, October, and even November, you could be experiencing this. Because you have been experiencing so much transformation, so much ascension, this is like you are leveling up to a brand new level of you where you can even remember what it was like just a few weeks ago or who you were a few weeks ago. This is a brand new version of you. You are in a brand new energy. And it is fiery, it is feisty, it is truthful, it is authentic, it is sovereign, it is compassionate and nurturing and loving, but with healthy boundaries, with beautiful self-expression, with not holding yourself back, with allowing yourself to shine and share your energy of self-empowerment with the world. This is a really beautiful energy, and especially for divine feminines, it is very different from where you were before. And you can feel that within yourself. You can feel the feminine energy rising within you. Divine masculines are going through the same process of transformation, but from a different angle. They are awakening the feminine energy within themselves, as we've been channeling on my Sacred Union energy updates on YouTube for the past several months. And this journey has been really accelerating the past several months between both counterparts, especially since the spring where we channeled the journey's end. You've been through the process or going through the process of the ending of a journey, a phase of your connection, a phase of your ascension journey. And you've been in the transition energy of the new, and we have transition here for the Divine Feminine, of the new phase of your journey. You're being led to the new phase of your journey. I do want to encourage you, if you're new to my readings, if you're new to my channels, please do make sure that you're going back through the past several weeks of Sacred Union energy updates. You can also check out my sister channel, Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, for more in-depth readings and channelings on this energy. We explain ad nauseum, really in-depth, what this means, the journey's end, how a new phase is beginning, what it means, especially if you are experiencing a sudden upheaval, tower moment, turnaround, like your life has done a 180 or your connection has done a 180, especially if you're experiencing separation, recent separation from your counterpart when you felt like everything was coming together. It's because you're now meant to walk your individual paths, to focus on yourself, to focus on your own self-empowerment so that you can keep coming into that sacred wholeness. And when you reach that sacred wholeness, that inner union, that is when it comes together in the physical. But up until this point, you had been focused on the connection or your counterpart, and now the focus had to be brought back on yourself. And that's what the separation or this individual time has been about. But it does feel like there is going to be a reconciliation, a coming back together, and a lot of communication that is coming through. What I said in the previous reading is to pay attention to the energy. Trust in your intuition. Pay attention to the energy. Especially for divine feminines, you're being called to remove yourself from the physical. You might have been very physically oriented recently. You might have been feeling very grounded, or like you are just having life experiences. And so it might have been very easy to get pulled back into the illusory nature of the physical reality. Now you're being called to reach back into the heart space, to trust the heart space, and to continue to recognize that the physical is an illusion. It is a projection or the hologram of everything, every energy that you're experiencing within. So you're being called to really go back within your intuition and trust in the energetics, have faith in the energetics, in your knowing, in the vibrations that you're feeling, especially when you're having conversations. Trust in the energy, not what you are seeing or experiencing. You have to balance that out with accepting what is being seen and experienced, but trusting what you're feeling, trusting in your intuition. Okay, so let's get into this. We're going to start with this. In the union energies here in the middle, we have romantic love, we have divine masculine, we have the hermit, and we have the devil that came in. I'm going to talk about the devil and the hermit in a minute. So the romantic love and the divine masculine is where the counterparts are in their union energy, in their connecting energy right now. I feel like, it feels like a fiery energy. I feel like the divine masculines have really been waking up to their feminine energy and understanding and recognizing their feminine counterpart. And we have that here. There has been a lot of realizations coming through because of that crown chakra and that brow chakra opening for the divine masculines. And because of that, they're really working in the higher realms right now. They're really working with their higher chakras, crown, brow, and throat chakra, for expression and communication, expression of self and communication, I should say, really being authentically themselves. There is a lot of understanding, recognition, realizations, even epiphanies that are coming through for the divine masculines. And I feel like this energy is really focused on the connection versus themselves. I feel like they are becoming more aware of themselves and their own divinity, and that is helping them to really stabilize the masculine energy within them. But because of this, they are recognizing the magic within the connection, the magic that they feel from the feminine energy. Now, this is their counterpart as the divine feminine embodied, and this is also the feminine energy within them that they had suppressed, repressed, that they had blocked, that had been very distorted because of past experiences with feminine energy. They had really blocked feminine energy within them, but this is them recognizing and realizing the magic that comes with honoring feminine energy, both within and in their connection. And because of that, because they're recognizing and honoring the feminine energy, number one, they're experiencing that passion, that love, that connection with their embodied divine feminine. And their masculine energy within them is becoming much more grounded, stable, present. It is becoming divine. They are healing the distorted masculine energies within them. Now, how does this play out with the divine feminine embodiment or the core feminine? She's going through a transition. She's going through a huge transformation within herself, that inner union. And what I love about this is that has this yin yang energy to it. There's no yin yang here, but this has this yin yang energy to it, where she is really coming into balance with her own inner masculine, feeling stable within herself, finding security within her own masculine, not needing to seek validation outside of herself, not needing to seek security or have somebody else provide for her. She's not taking from somebody else or seeking from somebody else. She recognizes all of that is within. That's her own masculine energy that has become grounded and secure. Now, this is interdependence. When you're in that wholeness with yourself, not claiming from somebody else or taking from somebody else or needing from somebody else, then you can come into a beautiful, harmonious, conscious partnership, a healthy partnership where there's then healthy attachment, because you're not needing something from somebody else, but you are embracing that togetherness. You are embracing, I support you and you support me, and together we grow. I water you and you water me, and together we flourish. That energy. And it's because she has come into this inner union for herself that is occurring. Now, we also have the transformation that she has been going through in her physical world. So the physical world might have this, that's very masculine energy. The masculine energy is very physical oriented. And so she might have experienced a lot of upheaval in her physical world. Again, changes in finances or business or careers or home life or relationship dynamics. Even her union, which kind of got turned upside down, made her think, is this even happening? But that's because the doors of the past had to be closed in order for the new to come about. That journey's end really had to be cemented in order for the new to come about. And because you're in a new energy, that door in the past cannot be opened anymore. I mean, it can, but then you just be replaying old cycles. And I feel like Divine Feminine is such a new energy, really balanced with the masculine energy within her, that she won't allow anything of the past to come through again, any energy of the past to come through again. And even if there are people, places, things, situations that return, she's in a new energy that will be new. And if it's not new, then it will be rejected. Okay, so then I asked a little bit deeper, what's going on with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine in their connection? How are they feeling about each other? For the Divine Masculine, we have the Fool, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. And when that King of Swords flew out, I was actually shocked to see it because it's a very different energy than the King of Swords we've had in the past. The King of Swords in the past, and I love that the Fool is here to validate that, because the King of Swords in the past has been a little bit cold and stoic and maybe wanting to lead but not quite a proper leader. It's what they're actually showing me is a leader is somebody who is not somebody who controls, not somebody who orders others. It's somebody who is able to step up beside others and build community, even build a union within the context. So what they're showing me is, for example, a king who, if there's a battle, the king rides out to war with them and is a part of the battle with his soldiers. That is a leader. It's not somebody who sits back. It's not somebody who is cold. It's not somebody who directs and who controls or is in a power siege. It is somebody who is taking authority, but is leading from example, is leading from embodiment, and that's the energy that is coming through here. With the Fool here, this is a new energy for the Divine Masculine. And with the Knight of Swords here, what I'm feeling is there's communication that is coming in, there's clarity that's coming in, and there's leadership within this connection. This is the Divine Masculine energy that the Divine Masculine is really grounding in. It is divine, not the distorted energy anymore, not the corrupt energy, not the unconscious energy. This is a new energy of the divine, of the conscious, sacred masculine. And so it's because they've been going through this major inner transformation that they are stepping up to lead the connection and take control of their own lives. A lot of these divine masculines had really been held back within themselves out of obligations or duty or expectations of others. They had really suppressed their true authentic self, really hidden themselves away behind a lot of masks. And now this is them they're just stepping up in their truth. They're stepping up in their courage. They're stepping up and taking the lead for their life, recognizing I can't control other people. I can only control myself. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take control of my life. That's exactly what this Knight of Swords is. Now, it's interesting that it's the Knight of Swords and not the Knight of Wands. So Wands is the one that takes action. But I love that the Knight of Swords is here because this shows me where they are in their mental space, in their thought processes. Yes, ready to take action. That's part of this new beginning that's coming in for the Divine Masculine. But I love this because this is bringing forth clarity. There is movement here. There is action being taken, but it's clear. It's not just passionate. It's not brazen. It's not reckless. It is thought out. That is this King of Swords. And I love this pairing here with the King and the Knight because it shows movement. It shows action. But it's coming from a very stable and grounded place. This energy is beautiful for the Divine Masculines. And it's because they are really balancing out within themselves. And I feel like a lot of it is because they are honoring the feminine within themselves, where they are trusting their intuition, listening to their intuition, honoring their intuition, and from that place, they're able to then be practical. The masculine energy is very practical, very rational, very conscious. They are the thought seekers. And so from that place, they're able to take action, but they're not getting caught in their heads. They're not hiding behind doubt. They're not hiding behind expectations or whatever it is. Now they are taking charge of themselves with clarity. There is an essence of clarity of thought here that is guiding them, and it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Over here on the feminine side, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the World. She's ending a major cycle of conflict within herself. Now, this could be conflict outside of herself with others, but it really does feel like she's healing the conflict within herself, where there was doubt, where there was, is it or isn't it? And then what I'm actually getting is looking at the illusions of the physical world versus trusting what she's feeling within her heart space. She's really going through this surrender energy, and that's what's healing. That's what's closing out. That's this transition energy. She's closing out the cycle of the past where she was not trusting herself, where she was in a place of doubt because the physical world screamed so loudly that her own intuition was silenced. What's happening now is she's ending the conflict within herself, which is then going to end the conflict in her physical world. And so she might be in a little bit of a pause right now. I feel like both counterparts with that Hermit energy here are in a little bit of a pause within their own lives and within the connection in order to really close out this cycle. So it's interesting. We have the World here and we have the Fool here. We have the ending of a major cycle for both. And remember, you're merged energies. So as one is ending, a new is beginning. And it's so interesting to me that as the Divine Feminine is closing out this cycle within herself, here we have the Divine Masculine who's creating a new beginning for them both. So let me remark again on how profound that is. Divine Feminine is really closing out on this cycle of conflict within herself, doubting the connection, doubting her intuition, really questioning herself because the physical might seem so just bananas. But as she's ending that cycle, look over here. The Divine Masculine is wanting to begin a new cycle, wanting to start over, wanting to create change within the connection. This is the beginning and the ending that we've been channeling that is happening simultaneously. So, how are they actually feeling about each other? I pulled some cards from my Journey of the Heart deck. It's available on my Etsy store. Over on the masculine side, we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands can be a little bit of a defensiveness energy, but I love the message that was channeled here. Where there might be opposition to or challenges within your partnership, you're putting in the effort and fighting for your connection. Don't be afraid to stand up for love and defend your heart. And I feel like this Divine Masculine is defending this connection now. They're standing up and wanting to fight for this connection. That is that King of Swords right here. That is that Knight of Swords right here. Again, going into battle, ready to fight for this connection because they are feeling this now. They're ready to put in the effort. They're ready to start anew. They're ready to just... I'm feeling the Sun card, so it just feels like let the sun shine on this connection now, ready to open themselves up, where they had been closed down in the past, where they had been holding themselves back, where they had been wary, where they had been frightened, where they had been, whatever it was that they were feeling, they had held themselves back. Well, now those challenges are being put to rest, and those challenges they were feeling within themselves. They were feeling a lot of that anxiety, a lot of those challenges within themselves because they weren't fully connecting to the wholeness within themselves. But now that that's happening here, now that they are becoming the stable, conscious, and grounded masculine in union with their feminine energy within, they are able to recognize the meaning of this connection, the strength of this connection, and wanting to stand up for it, fight for it, put in the effort, and have this new beginning. Over here, for the High Priestess, make sure that you're checking out the mini reading that I posted on Instagram and Facebook. I think it was just a couple of days ago. We had the High Priestess here as well, and this energy is all about, again, trusting your intuition, removing yourself from the illusion of the physical and going back within your heart space, because the illusions of the physical world has been so deep, it's been so loud, and it's been really hard for Divine Feminines to trust herself. And so now it's time to really step into your power as the High Priestess, as this powerful, mystical, magical, and connected feminine energy. That as a feminine energy, you are naturally connected to the higher realms. It's time to trust that. It's time to trust in your own empowerment and not focus on influences, not focus on what anybody else is saying, but what your own heart and your intuition is leading you. And so when you follow your intuition, you're stepping into the vibration of love, connecting back to your heart space. Connect to your partner through the higher heart and trust in the messages that you're receiving. I just love this energy for the counterparts. And then for the union energy. So we have the devil. And what's interesting is after I had pulled the high priestess card here, I saw the devil at the bottom of the deck, but I wanted to do a shuffle and see what came out for the union energies. And lo and behold, it was the devil. Your partner is your divine mirror. And I feel like that's a period right there at the end of that sentence. To remember that your partner is you. Your partner is your mirror, showing you the shadow aspects of yourself for this opportunity for growth. Let go of toxic attachments and set yourself free from outdated mindsets about love. I feel like this is especially an energy, a message for the divine feminine, but I'm also hearing spirit say it's for the masculine as well, because remember, you are mirrors. Remember, you are reflections of each other in this sacred partnership. But especially for the divine feminines, let go of the past and who you thought your masculine was. Allow them to go through this transformation just as you are going through this transformation. Again, trust in the energy that you're receiving, especially as you have reconciliations and are back in communication with them. But allow yourself to keep letting go of the toxic elements of the past and continue to let go of the toxic elements that your partner was mirroring back to you. By which I mean elements of your own past relationships, past family dynamics, past experiences that you might have had that your divine masculine was mirroring to you in order for you to recognize, bring to your awareness, and to clear. You guys are one energy in the energy of love. You are partners. You are sacred partners. You are divine partners. So continue to feel into the heart space and recognize that you are mirrors of each other. And the more you do that in the energy of love, the more that love will be reflected back between the two of you. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for this mini reading. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll see you next time. Bye.